Hello everybody, got another review for you today. Finally going to be doing a couple videos for you, maybe 2 today and another one tomorrow. I've been slacking a little bit, actually been getting over the flu, so finally done with that. Thank heavens, that was horrible. I'm going to be bringing to you the Eagle mod from Vapin in the Cape. This product was sent to me for review purposes, free of charge. That's not going to change my opinion on it. I'm going to give you my thoughts and my opinions on it, and features and functions, price, and quality of the device. Let's start with the unboxing, which is not very much. Comes a little box like this, opens up, and there's your mod. Price point on the Eagle mod is $59.99. It's comparable to the vamo, but it's not a vamo. It is the Eagle mod. It's made in different factories. You can call it vamo if you want, but it's not. It is an Eagle mod. It is got the same features of a vamo. Okay, so let's get into it a little bit. Like I said, price point is $59.99. It is a variable voltage and variable wattage mod. Pretty good price for that. Overall, as far as build quality goes, pretty sturdy, pretty heavy device. Doesn't feel cheap at all. Not much rattling besides for the battery factor if you're using a 18650, which I'll get into in a moment. It's smooth, it's slidey, it's chrome. You know, it's got that smooth feel. Easily picks up fingerprints, easily picks up scratches, very shiny. Like I said, you're going to be cleaning it a lot if you want to keep it shiny. I've been using the inside of my hoodie here just to get the fingerprints off here and there. Let's take my tank off of it real quick. Okay, so this is the device here. You're going to have a power button. Then you're going to have a plus and a minus button, which is for adjusting voltages. You have a little vent hole on the bottom there. And the reason you hear rattle in there is because of the battery. It's not the device. I'll take the battery out here and I'll let you hear what it sounds like without the battery in there. There's no rattle on this device. Practically no rattle. Alright. End cap on. No rattle at all. Buttons don't rattle. They are soft buttons, but they are very clicky. I actually like these soft buttons on this. They got kind of a soft feel, but they are positive, and you get that positive feel of clickiness, so they don't mush around. The vamo actually has metal buttons, which those do rattle when you shake it. I actually prefer these. Very clicky. I love that. Let's talk about battery configurations on this, because it does take various batteries. You can actually also have it in a mini mode, which is pretty cool. What I had in there was a WIMR 18650. And with the 18650, this is like the only flaw on this device, is that it doesn't fit right. It just rattles. It does work, but you hear the battery rattling, and it'll turn on and off as it makes contact, and sometimes it'll just turn off on me when I'm using it. I wish I could use this battery because it's got good life on it. And then you'll see I shake it, yeah, it turned off. I turn it back on. You know, it is what it is. You could also stack batteries in here, which is what I recommend, because it doesn't have that rattling feature. You can use, I heard Panasonic 18650 batteries are a little bit taller, and they fit in here a little bit better. So if you want to use an 18650, you can go with that. I'm going to try to get myself some Panasonics and test them out in here and see how they work in there. But you can also stack batteries. You can use two 18350s. I also got AW batteries. And if you put the end cap on here. Also, for some reason, with the two 18650s, the screen is brighter. So that's also nice too, if you want a really bright screen. Okay, and now it's on, and no rattle at all. None whatsoever. And those work just as good. Like I said, the screen's just really bright with the two 350s. And then there's a third option for batteries. You could also use it in a single mode. Or I should say short mode with a single battery. Take these batteries out. Take off the extension cap here, or whatever you want to call it. Don't need to buy an extension cap. It all comes like this, so it's nice and easy. Now, like Provari, you gotta go buy an extra cap, put a different battery in. Take your 118-350, put your cap on, and mini mode. I actually like this. I take this in this setup out with me when I'm going out or whatnot, because it fits my pocket a little bit nicer. It's not so bulky. Holds in my hand nicely. No rattle in that either. So just with the 18650, the spring, I tried stretching it out, it still rattles. So some people say stretch it out. If you had a safety fuse or one of those little 2-cent fuses that you put on the bottom of the battery, it would probably fit in there a lot better also. Or a magnetic spacer you could also use for that. I've tried different ways of making it work. Or just go out there and buy yourself a Panasonic. I heard the EFES batteries also work or fit better in there. Put in my cargo tank real quick, and I'll give it a quick vape and turn it on. I think vapes very well. As far as battery life, depends what battery you're using. Using 18650, I get about 2 days of vaping, not constant vaping, probably about 25 hours of continuous vape. So I get 1 full day, and then the next day I'm getting about another 10 hours or so out of it. With the 18350s, I'm getting a little bit less just because they are, these ones are 700 milliamps a piece. Getting about 20 hours or so out of the stacked 18350s. So battery life, like, depends on what you're using, but overall pretty good. Also talk about the device. It is variable voltage, variable wattage. Very nice feature to have. Let me turn my camera around here and we'll get into the menu and try to get you a nice pictures and show you how to operate the menuing system in here. Alright, so we'll get into the menuing screen here. Show you some of the features that the vamo, I'm calling it the Eagle mod has. Okay, you have a fire button, you got your negative, and you got your plus button. Plus up and down, negative down. There we go. I'm in right now variable wattage mode. As you can see, it's kind of hard to see, but up here it says W for watts, and it goes up and down in 0.5 increments. You can go all the way up to 15, and then it will round robin back down to 3. So from 3 to 15, do the same the opposite way. There is no auto scroll because when you hold the buttons, it actually brings you to something else. I'll explain now. Okay, and then if you want to switch from variable wattage to variable voltage, you would hold the plus and the minus button at the same time for about 3 seconds. And you'll see now the V came up right next to the 3. And now you're in variable voltage mode. And that goes in 0.1 increments all the way from 3 all the way up to 6 volts. And it does round robin back down to 3 and then round robin back around from 3 to 6 also. And no auto scroll in that also. If you do hold your plus button, it will show the ohms of your cardo or tank or heads or atomizer, which I'm set right now. I have a 2.3 ohm cardomizer in my tank. You could hold the negative button or the minus button, and it will show the voltage remaining in your battery. I have 4.2 volts remaining. Fairly easy menu to navigate through. The only other thing there's really to know on the menuing system is you do have the NO1 and the NO2 feature. The NO2 is RMS and NO1 is average
Usually you want to be vaping in RMS anyway. You don't want to be vaping in the average mode. To get to that, all you got to do is hold the plus or the negative button for about, it's like 8 seconds or so. I'll show you here. We'll hold the plus button down. It'll show you your ohms, and then just keep holding. And there you go. Now you got the NO1, which is the average setting. You really want to be in the NO2 setting. So if you hold the button down again for another 8 seconds or so, it will bring you back into NO2. And there we go, back in NO2. You can lock your setting pretty easily. Say you want to vape here 3.8, press the fire button, and it's locked. Also, it's very simple to navigate. Say you want to check your voltage. Let's see, let's set it right now for 4. And if you press the plus button, it will go up. So you can't just press your button to check your voltage. So put it back to 4. Say you want to check your voltage and press the negative button, it'll go down. So you can't just press it to check it. It will change it if you press the button. But it's still very easy to navigate. Set it to 4 vape. Want to change it, go up. Change it to 4.5 and vape. Nice and easy. Oh, I want to check my ohms, see what voltage I should be vaping. There you go. Done. Nice and quick and easy. No dials, no 6 clicks. It does have a 5-click on-off feature also. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the device is off. And same thing to turn it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And device is on. Fairly simple to navigate, reminiscent of a lot of other variable voltage mods out there. I'll go over some more features in a minute.
Okay, so now touch base on a few things I have not talked about yet. For those of you more new to the variable voltage, variable wattage, or I should say variable wattage feature, which I'm fairly new to it. I'm just learning about it now. Variable wattage is for people like me that have various tanks just laying around, which I don't even know where they are now, laying around, different atomizers, or they drip, and sometimes they use tanks, and they're always switching out different devices. Variable wattage, for instance, let me switch mine over to variable wattage, and I'll show you real quick. Okay. It is, say I usually vape around 7.5 watts. Say I'm using this Cardinal tank, which is 2.3 ohm cartomizer inside here, and then I want to switch to my Kanger T2s, which are like 2 ohms. Instead of having to continually adjust my voltage for each different tank or atomizer, the wattage will be consistent for each tank or device you use. So you won't have to adjust your sweet spot. You can leave it at 7.5, and then your next one you're going to get the same vape out of it. So it's a nice feature because it's less fidgety. You can set it to one increment or one setting and you'll be set to go. So variable wattage is a nice feature to have. It's a little less fidgety than variable voltage is. So that's variable wattage for those of you who haven't known. I don't know technical terms on it. I'm not a professor or whatever you want to call it. And then, okay, so a few other things I didn't touch base on are the connections. Obviously, it is a 510 connection. It has the standard drip well around there. It's a nice, the 510 jets out ever so slightly, barely. I mean, I wouldn't even call it jetting out, honestly, from the top. So it's pretty flush. Like I said, you got the drip well, the 510. I believe there's also eagle threads inside here, but you still can't use your Kangers. They still won't fit down in there. Maybe some Stardust type clearmizers might work, but Kanger won't fit in there. It's not bad. You still use your eagle threaded, your 510 eagle adapter, which I also got from Vapin in the Cape. That works well on here, but still can't fit them in. I love using my T2s and my T3s every once in a while. So that's the threading and the connection on there. It's a solidly built device. Not cheaply made at all. For the price, you'd think you'd be getting a piece of junk, but no, it's actually very well built. Very well. I'm impressed. I'll show you some pictures here of some size comparisons between this and various other mods. So this is the Eagle mod next to the EVIC and the VMAX. Then you have it in short mode next to the VMAX and the EVIC. And the width of comparison between the three. So those are some size comparisons and differences between that was the Ovale EVIC and the Smoke VMAX. It's slightly larger width-wise. It's also slightly taller lengthwise. Overall, thoughts and opinions on the Eagle. I love it. I use it regularly. It's simple to use. It's got all the features you would want. Price $60. You can't go wrong. It's not fidgety. You don't have to mess around with it very much. You could have variable size batteries in there. You can have 8650s, 18350s. You could have one battery, two stacked batteries. Something that does all that usually is going to cost you around $150 or more dollars. Build quality on it's really good. Very sturdy, not cheap, not very rattly. What else could you ask for 59, 60 bucks? I mean, nothing really. I mean, the screen's got a nice OLED screen on it, so it's really nice and sharp and bright. Not complicated menuing system. Yeah, it's an overall good product. You can check it out at vapininthecape.com. I'll have a link posted below and maybe up top. Please subscribe to my channel. Hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned. We're going to have a few more videos for you guys.